Drumming for peace. That's what this video is about. Where did it come from? Where is it today? And what are the foundations of that? I've been into peace building all my adult life. And when I started teaching drumming, I noticed something very interesting. People who have played with each other then afterwards develop like a relationship very naturally, based on the feeling they develop by drumming together. I used to do classes out of my house, and I noticed after a little while that when the class was over, people left, and I was in my office, and I noticed they're standing on the street talking to each other, forming friendships, maybe even moving in with each other. All kinds of things started happening for the people that were participating in my drumming class. Now, I always have had a strong focus on the equality of drumming. In other words, a way of drumming with each other that doesn't exclude anybody. And that means that even beginners have a way to participate in drumming that brings them in and have them have a feeling of fully participating. And that started to really pique my interest more and more and more. I started teaching drumming in the 80s in Vienna a long time ago. I've done uncountable drum circles, bringing people together through the beat. And, gradually things started to clear up for me. I started to understand. And when I got into breathing with people in rhythm with each other, something really deeply clicked. Out of that came the Breathe for Peace project, and I'll talk about that in a different video some other time. At some point, I was living in Phoenix. I connected with a Jewish community called Ruach Hamidbar, Spirit of the Desert, with the Rebbe Sarah Leah Grafstein. And the Rebbe approached me and asked me if we could do something she called Drum Shalom. So Drum Shalom became a thing, and I started to invite people from my wider community, and we all got together and did this Drum Shalom thing. And then gradually I formulated drumming for peace. And so that's like a particular way of playing with each other that has a focus on peace. So what's the common sense of peacemaking? What are the commonalities between all efforts of peacemaking? Doesn't matter in what scenario they are. They always have a common ground. The 4 C's of peacemaking, they are contact, cooperation, communication, and conciliation. When we look at drumming together, that is what we have. We have a connection with each other. We are cooperating, hopefully, in the music, in the way we make music. This is a way how we can compete against each other, and this is where drumming for peace makes a difference. Right? So when we play with each other, we cooperate. Of course, we communicate. That's what drumming is all about. That's music all about, is doing it together and communicating with each other. And then conciliation is the effort to reduce the energy in the room, the tension in the room, to bring it down, to make sure that we can come from a place that we talk to each other in a loving kind of way. Often that is a process that takes a while. And if we're honest with our sensations, if we're honest with our feelings, then at times it may get, to a heated place. But if we have together the attitude of conciliation, we can bring down the energy and relax the space.
May peace prevail on earth.
Que la paz prevalezca en la tierra.
Möge Friede auf Erden sein.
What makes drumming for peace different? It's intentional. It actually has the intention to create peace. And even if it's not shared with everybody that's participating, particularly people who run a Drumming for Peace, a drum circle, like maybe in the Music for the People context, they have that intention, the intention to have this drum circle be peace building. And that means the focus is on togetherness first. The music is used to create togetherness. So there is like, you could talk about a distinction between people for the music, which is our standard culture. We have a particular idea of what kind of music we want to hear, what kind of musician should make the music, what level it is. All this culture is set up like that. While music for the people is the opposite. It's the music serves the people, and the music serves the togetherness of the people. So it encourages everybody to fully participate independent of their skill. Because what we teach is that the beat, in the beat we meet. The beat is our home, right? When we keep playing the beat, which is what everybody can contribute to, then that connection and that peacemaking comes from focusing on the beat and honing into the beat together. And what happens there is that it sort of equalizes skill in the way of not eliminating any kind of skill level, but bringing the skill level together in the beat, and then allow everybody to express in the way they want to express, be free as individual expression, but do it in the context of really staying connected with each other.
May peace prevail on earth.
And so how we do that actually, what is the actual doing of drumming for peace? Well, it starts here. It starts with radical inclusiveness. So what does that mean? It means that whoever shows up is considered to be part of it and is looked at, it is connected with, is invited into the play, and is throughout the whole experience, is included in the experience. Of course, as much as we can. We're trying our best, we're doing our best here, but it's not always easy. It's in a way, it's a struggle. It's the struggle toward peace. And that's just honest, right? The other aspects that are included in drumming for peace is a deep form of listening to each other. So that means I'm not just listening to my sound or the people that play around me that I'm playing with, but I'm trying to listen to everybody. So it's like, it's a very, very particular sensation where you try to hear everybody. And if you hear everybody, then your hand will go to the beat that is shared by everybody, and you strengthen that beat. So if everybody would listen like that, then their action that they take in is coming from the listening, and it's playing on the collective beat of everybody together. And so we care to really, truly be together with everybody there. And that creates a very, very safe environment. That's very important, that we make it safe for everybody to be there. If people are too overpowering in the way they play, they make it not as safe for people to find their place there. So playing and listening go back and forth between each other like a wave in the ocean, where you put in your piece and then you back off a little bit and listen to others, and it becomes an interplay that's truly peacemaking. And so we have a very strong focus on the quality of everybody in that space. But what that also means, if there is skill there, then that skill is equally acknowledged and wants to be promoted to come forth. It's not that people have to reduce themselves in order to have a connection with each other. It's more like the connection has to be there first. The connection is the foundation for individual expression. And when the two come together, the interplay between connection and individual expression, that to me is truly peacemaking in the music. And of course, that's a work in progress. It doesn't always work out right. So you may be in the circle and some people behave in ways that doesn't support that drumming for peace. Does that mean that I have to try to exclude them or have an intervention or any of that? Sometimes There is no 100% rule for everything. But in general, what we do is our internal attitude is to include them, even if they're difficult. So if somebody comes in the circle and they start playing something wild that hardly anybody can relate to, maybe we can listen to that and, jump onto that groove in some way, and then inspire the whole group to go with that for a while so that that person can also feel included. Try it out. It's very magical. It's very, very powerful. So the core of Drumming for Peace is that we can come together in the music, that we can come together in the beat, in the energy that flows when we really play together, when we lock in with each other, when we go after the depth of the beat. In that beat, we reveal this incredible sense of feeling connected to each other, a deep feeling of communion. And we can do this independent from religion, from political orientation, from class, from race, from age. Everybody can participate in it. And in the many times we did this on the street, in the moment we really play together, the people stop. And you have the sensation of a village coming together, the kids coming out and they start dancing. Everybody is for a moment relieved from our stressed culture and feels a sense of connection that then is the foundation for peacemaking. That feeling of connection between each other allows us then to come to the table and negotiate and find out what else we need to figure out. And furthermore, in our understanding that we're all connected, that all human beings, all beings on this planet somehow are deeply interconnected with each other, which we understand to some degree. But one thing is for sure, if we assume that we're all connected, then every time we come together like that, it will reduce the tension of our overall global culture in some little way. And the more of us are doing that, the more we become one in the beat when we play, we drum for peace, the more we can contribute to a more peaceful world. Thank you. See you next time.